What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 79. My name is Bret, aka Enigma911, and today, once again, for the third time, I'm joined by TJ, aka Electric Wizbro. TJ, what's going on? Thanks for hopping on the podcast.
I think it's my third time on and third screen name, so we're doing good.
Oh, yeah, because the slight difference in spelling. You didn't have a screen name in the first episode. You were just TJ.
Oh, that's true.
Way back when.
I think I was Kilgore the second time we did it. So.
Oh, were you? You might have been. I don't know.
I might have been. I'll have to go back and watch it now.
Yeah. I don't know what number it is, but you can check that out over on youtube.com/ and SoundCloud if you don't catch it live, like you're watching right now. If you want to catch it live, you can watch it over on twitch.tv/Enigma911 every other Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join in the chat, join on the conversation with us. We'd love to have you. If you can't catch it live, you can go over to YouTube and SoundCloud and check out those old episodes and this one in video and MP3 format, where it's posted the following Friday. So drop a sub, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. It's free, so you can do that. And then last but not least, merch store. You get all of your swag over there, t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand, support us. It would be greatly appreciated. So yes, another podcast. We got some good topics today, a little review session, or thoughts of some stuff, but also I'm realizing it's also a Pedro Pascal? Is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
It's a very heavy focused episode on this man and his talents in a way. But we're going to jump right into it. Wonder Woman 84 we want to talk about and share our feelings about. So, a little heads up disclaimer right now. If you have not seen Wonder Woman 84 and you don't want to be spoiled for the first 30 seconds, we will give our non-spoiler-esque reviews of just our bland overall thoughts of this movie. Then we're going to move into the spoiler section where we're going to talk every minute in heavy detail. Not really every minute, but just the big points that stuck out to us and what happened in this film. So there is your warning. I don't want to hear it in the comments. This will be the same for topic 3. Anyways. So, Wonder Woman 84, I thought was fine. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was the most entertaining or exciting of a film, but I thought it was worth a watch. I don't regret wasting that 2 hours or whatever it was. I thought it was fine. TJ, what did you think?
I think the same, actually. I'm seeing a lot of hate from this movie on the internet. I'd give it a solid 5 or even 6 for some of the action scenes, but it definitely wasn't as good as the first one. And I will say in general, Pedro Pascal does steal the show, for me at least.
Yeah, so. I agree with that. So now we are going into spoiler territory, and we're talking everything about this movie. So see you later, skip ahead, do whatever you need to. So yeah, what made it for you hit that fine area? Was there anything specific that you can think of?
Oh gosh, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, between the script and some of the, although I did like some of the action scenes, there's some parts of the action scenes where I'm just like, what is happening right now? She's lassoing a rocket to go onto a light pole. What is happening? And although they did hit some marquee Wonder Woman moments where I'm like, oh look, they did the invisible jet, but in a cool modern style take.
For sure.
I don't know. It felt very un-superhero movie-ish as well at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
The action was just kind of they're like, oh, it's the end of an act, so she's gotta fight some Egyptian fighters who Pedro Pascal just got 30 seconds ago, and now she's fighting Wonder Woman, and now she's a cheetah now. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I felt so going off the action, I thought it was fine. I never felt like it really kicked in fully, if that makes sense. Obviously with the first Wonder Woman movie and the Batman vs Superman and Justice League movie, she has this theme that Hans Zimmer has made, right? And everybody fucking knows it, and it's a banger. Yeah. They never went into it. There was one fight, maybe with Cheetah, or maybe it was an earlier one. They start crescendoing into it, and then it just cuts off and just dissipates and dies in the air, and it's like, what? What happened to all the I'm supposed to have feels right now while we're fighting, but no. So that felt weird. And then, okay, I understand the lasso thing. Like you said, some of those moments were weird. I thought it was cool. The biggest thing that stood out to me, now maybe I don't know, because flat out, as many of you know, I'm not as big as a DC fan as I am a Marvel fan, like a lot of people. But like, I know the basic things about the superheroes. But does Wonder Woman have super speed or no?
I don't know, honestly. I'm in the same boat as you. Where I'm like, I don't really know what her powers are. In the movies, it seems like she's basically just Superman in a skirt. Like in these movies,
yeah,
it's really hard to tell.
Okay, so in the movie, like TJ said, they seem to give her this ability, and it seems like she has super speed. It looks so bad in this movie. Seeing her legs go, and it like doesn't like I get it, it's graphics and CG, but like I feel like we've had so many speedsters over the years, whether it's X-Men, whether it's Quicksilver, whatever, like a Flash, even like it. You can suspend that disbelief because they hide it well. This did not seem hidden at all. There was the point. It might be that battle you talked about the Egyptian guys, whatever it was, where she's running after the trucks. There's moments where they have cars in front of her to hide it, but then there's these big gaps in between said cars where you can clearly see her legs going, but it looks like she's just floating in the air, and it's like, what the fucking what? It just looks so bad. It's like, how did this pass? So it's just confusing in that aspect.
I will say the very first fight I thought was pretty.
Oh, at the mall? Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was great. And even the just action sequence when she was a little kid, like that wasn't, action, but like that was engaging enough that I was like, oh yeah, okay. But yeah, I don't know what happened with just later on, like the running. The cheetah fight seemed quick. Like, I mean, I thought, okay, kind of tanging off to another thing. I thought Cheetah looked good. There was that close-up of her face shot early on that was like, oh, okay. But the rest of it, I was like, yeah, this looks cool. And I didn't want to watch the second trailer because of it, but I couldn't help my excitement. So I watched it and saw her anyway in that flash. But I thought that was good. But yeah, that fight seems small or quick. I do like that it was a decent, like, Cheetah was a threat. And they built her up as that before, too, in the White House. But
the White House fight,
yeah, but it just seemed short. I don't know. And then I got really scared they were going to kill her off. I'm like, really? You're just going to just zap her to death? And then we're dead? Whatever.
Yeah, I'm kind of resigning to accept the fact now that, like, Wonder Woman movies, like, the last 15 to 20 minutes is going to be a fight in the dark at nighttime with CGI going, and I'm not going to understand 50% of what's happening.
Fair.
But at least in the first one, you had that Hans Zimmer score the whole time. So
yeah.
That.
Yeah. I don't know. You mentioned the invisible plane moment. That was cool.
That was great.
Yeah, that was nice to have that in there. A little confused. She said her dad made the mascara invisible. But it's all.
Is her dad Zeus or whatever?
I don't know. That just confused me. I'm like, this is an all-female island. What? Maybe that was something in the first movie I just forgot. But I was like, wait.
Yeah, I thought her dad was Zeus because Zeus be getting around, if you know what I mean. And,
okay.
And he just like gave her that power, I guess. I don't know.
All right, if that's the case, fine. But I was just like, what? You got a dad? What happened there?
I could be completely wrong about that, by the way. I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't know the lore. Somebody will tell us. Let's see. Learn to fly was cool. They added that in.
She could lasso the air.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Get it up and then pull yourself, kind of thing. That was good.
It looks cool.
Let's see. Okay, I talked about the electrocution with Cheetah, and then she's still alive. Got zapped in the water, but then you're waking up on the ground. What? Okay. Um, yeah, I think I've hit most of my notes, or at least for negatives. There's some cool little cameos and stuff. But let's move over to Pedro. You said he stole the show. What captured you about his performance in this movie?
Just his performance in general. Like I really like that kind of oh gosh, I can't think of the guy's name. Who plays in Iron Man 2, who plays
Justin
the
Hammer?
bad Hammer, yeah. Who's that guy?
Crap.
I can't think of his name ever. I always want to say Army Hammer, but I know that's not his name.
No, that's fucking Lone Ranger dude.
Yeah, that's not what I'm thinking of. But he had a lot of that energy, like really charismatic, like really funny and stuff, really carried the scenes.
Absolutely.
And honestly, like I knew it was Pedro Pascal, but with that haircut and the way he was acting, especially in the beginning of the movie, like he had a very Nathan Fillion vibe.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That I really appreciate. He just looks like Nathan Fillion a little bit too.
Right.
So I really like that. I thought he added a lot of humor and stuff to the movie. And of course, he also sells the like I'm slowly turning into a rock or whatever was happening to him. So.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that's my biggest problem with the movie is just the magic rock in general. But
okay.
I mean, it is comic books, so they did at least explain it a little bit well, where it's like, oh, okay, it was a different god or whatever, but just having a whole plot contrivance around. I know this is going to sound very hypocritical coming from a Marvel fan who loved the Infinity War, but having a magic rock was like a little, it was a little bit too much. Like it needed to be slightly more defined, I guess. I mean, they did do like a monkey's paw type thing with it, which is cool. Steve Trevor even references Monkey Paw, which I actually stopped the movie when I saw that, and I like Googled when was Monkey Paw written, and I was like, okay, no, it was published in 1906, so he would have known about that.
Right.
So that was cool, but I don't know. I just feel like when you make the power like a Dragon Ball Z like wish type thing, it's like things can just kind of get all over the place, and you start having questions. Like I know the internet is really hating on Steve Trevor also just like being in some random dude's body.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, I kind of understood that because like, what else is gonna happen? Is he just gonna be his old body, all zombified and stuff, or is he just gonna spawn as a new guy? Because then you get the weird explanation of like, okay, let's say he just poofs out of thin air, like how is he gonna know anything or whatever? I thought that took me a second, honestly, to understand what was going on when they did the whole camera pan. I was like, oh, he's not actually there. He's in okay. All right. Yeah. So I was fine with that, but I totally agree with the stone. Not like I was fine with it being that all powerful thing, but I get where you say like it could go over the top or just be too much. Because, I mean, look at the ending of all of the chaos in the world that is happening. Like, holy fuck. Like, I was wondering how they were going to do it, if it was going to be like a rewind situation because everybody renounced, or as the movie went, it just all goes poof, kind of thing. But I did like how they also kind of explained, like, the fall of different societies. Like, they kind of put it into history points, like the Mayans and then the Julius Caesar and like stuff like that. I thought that was nice.
I thought it was cool too in the Egyptian scene when he like re-alters the borders. That empire that he's talking about, it's not even that big of a border change, but I like that even a small border change like in the 80s during this hostile time would mean like, oh, Russia recognizes this and then America doesn't recognize this, or vice versa, or whatever. And it loses tension. I thought that was really cool and realistic, actually.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if his wish was that everybody realized it was his land or whatever, so I thought that was why they announced different things recognizing it or whatever, but maybe I'm wrong.
He said a specific, I forget which like clan or whatever, but it was a specific empire, like dynasty from like the 800s or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some of those... the wall literally coming up, that was a little odd. Like, why didn't you just, I don't know, everybody leave or whatnot?
I'm like, is that how countries work?
Yeah. Well, look at China. Boy. But yeah, going back to Pedro, yeah, I thought he did really, really well. I when I saw these trailers, I thought like I wasn't gonna care at all about Max Lord. Is that his name? His
Yeah.
character. I thought it was just going to be a throwaway, and then Cheetah would obviously be the main focus. Similar to kind of in a way how Aquaman did it. Like I didn't care about Brother Atlantean, but I cared about Black Manta being in it.
Right.
So I thought that was going to be my take. And unfortunately, Cheetah, like, she didn't fall through per se. I thought Kristen Wiig's performance was good and the character was strong. Like I said, I think she made more of an impact in the White House scenes compared to her final battle where she was actually Cheetah fully. But yeah, he like totally took it over, and he didn't do anything like fighting wise towards her. Like it was more the obviously his mystical power of the wishing and stuff like that. And I thought, was he already having health problems before The Rock, or was The Rock like deteriorating him?
Yeah, I think it was that's the monkey's paw aspect of his wish was like he becomes the wishing stone, but then I don't know what was happening. They never like said exactly what was
Right.
happening to him. He started bleeding everywhere, but
Right.
something was going down. So I think that's what it was.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Rock.
Gotcha. But yeah, he was good, and I feel real bad for his kid, like just wanting to hang out with his dad. Just God.
That one scene right before the White House scene when he's like, "I have him again. How many weeks am I gonna have him again?" And he's like right there.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. 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 I don't know. It had good points, but yeah, for some reason, like I don't know, maybe it was a pacing thing for me too. It just felt, I don't know, off sounds maybe like too much. It just didn't seem like a really exciting movie. And like you mentioned earlier, like Wonder Woman 1 being better, I felt more engaged in Wonder Woman 1. Have I seen it since I watched it in theaters? No. So I probably don't remember it super well, but I felt like that one had more of a progression. I don't know. This one, some points, it just kind of not stopped, but didn't feel as strong with the plot, I guess. Like,
Yeah, Wonder Woman 1, I've seen like 4 or 5 times now though. 'Cause
okay.
I really like World War One. So all of those scenes when she's like running up over the trench and like taking out the sniper and stuff, I thought was just like super cool to see and done so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've always daydreamed, like, oh, you can just walk over the trench, just
Yeah.
like go through no man's land. That was so badass.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if I'm not mistaken, this second movie is the first one directed by, or sorry, written by Patty Jenkins. Is that her name?
That's the director's name.
Yeah, so she directed the first one, but I don't think she wrote the script for it.
Oh, okay.
I think she wrote the script for the second one and directed it,
Mm.
and which is why I was a little confused as to why the script was kind of all over the place, like pacing wise, like you mentioned. Because as far as I know, she's been great at script writing. Like she wrote that movie Monster, if I'm not mistaken, as well, which is really good. That was it's a very like a bottle ship movie where like they're stuck in a car, but there's like a monster in the woods.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very good, very cool movie. So I just, I was surprised when the script wasn't really like that was my biggest issue with the movie was the script, and I thought for sure that was the one thing that was going to be a lock because she was like, she was taking the helm for it. So,
Right.
I don't know.
Interesting. But yeah, we do have a confirmation of a third one, and Patty's still going to be working on that. I don't know. I know she's directing for sure. I don't know about the writer position. So I'll be interested to see where it goes from here. Did you watch after the credits or the mid credits?
I did not know.
You did not. Okay. See, I only knew about this because Twitter. But there was a cameo, a little Easter egg. Nothing like super, but it was cool. So it shows a town, and I don't remember what happened specifically. Oh, something like is crashing down. I think it's like a telephone pole or something like that. Crashing down on this family. And as you're walking through this town, you're following this woman, or it kind of like slow pans down, so you realize the focus is on a woman with long black hair. Thing crashes down, woman catches it, places it down, saves the family. Oh, thank you. Da, 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 da. What's your name, etc. It turned out to be the woman that Wonder Woman talked about with the golden Egyptian armor earlier in the movie that was lost. And it turns out to be Linda Carter, the first Wonder Woman on the TV series.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so just a little fun cameo there. That was nice. Yeah.
I guess my only closing remark then on the movie is that, like in Batman versus Superman, as much as I've tried to black that movie out, I do remember that people like she's under the radar, Wonder Woman, like Diana. And it seems like she did a lot in this movie to be above the radar. Like, how many people still know who she is?
Yeah, all she did was kept going, oh, it's our little secret. Don't tell anybody. How is there not even like a rumor or like something going on of...
It was like a mall of 1,000 people that she just like burst in full costume and then she just goes, shh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know how that would have gotten by.
Maybe they're just forgetting that movie as well.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Zack Snyder's fucking cut of Justice League would say otherwise.
Oh, I do want to see that, though.
I know. I'm like, do I want to waste 3 hours of my life maybe having this on? It's got Jared Leto in it.
Ooh, okay. Maybe I don't then.
Oh, I liked the Joker thing, so I was fine with that. But
okay, but they're putting Darkseid in it, so like I definitely want to see that.
True, but like some of them did reshoots, some of them didn't. Like apparently Gal Gadot hasn't gone in at all to do anything, so it's like where?
Yeah, one report I read said that it was only like 5 minutes of reshoot.
Yeah, so it's like, what? Does it even matter?
But they're spending like I think it was like $90 billion, however much it is to redo it.
Because we got to add all the little bitty pieces to the fucking the fuck face, whatever. Steppenwolf, thank you. Yeah.
God, why do I remember that?
Get out of the shiny pieces. I don't know.
I hope there was just like a bunch of footage that he shot that they didn't use that like they had to go in and actually put the CGI in for, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, my limited knowledge of TV shows and movies, how they shoot things. Yeah, there's a bunch of alternate cuts and obviously multiple takes of stuff. So yeah, maybe they just took that footage and strung it together or whatever. Yeah. One last thing I guess I'll talk about with this movie. Shout out to the wrestling magazine that had Jerry Lawler on the cover. Good on you. So, I don't know. So yeah, there's our thoughts on Wonder Woman 84. Like I said, overall, fine. I don't know. I don't get all the hate, but yeah, some criticism's fine.